Hello, my name is David Higgins of Calista Imaging and fstopnation.com, and I'm going to be teaching through this series, Lightroom, from the ground up. And let's get into it. Lightroom is installed on this computer and it's fresh. I have a catalog going, so some things aren't going to be just like they are as you first started and installed it yourself. But you'll see almost everything is we're going to start from scratch. Now I'm going to open Lightroom here, and this is going to be a very fresh catalog. I have done nothing to this yet. Now first I want to walk you through what we're actually looking at. Lightroom is set up in 4 separate panels, well 5. We have the top, the bottom, the sides, and then the center. Center is our view panel. The top is your menu bar for the modules. In the library mode, the left is your navigator of folders and collections, and the right side is going to be your quick develop and metadata, keywords, that type of stuff, and the bottom will eventually be thumbnails of all your photographs. Before we jump in, start importing and developing pictures, we're going to need to do a couple of things to make life easier. First things first, let's go to Edit, Preferences. In here, we're going to want to look on External Editing as the first thing. If you have Photoshop installed, it should show up here for you, and now you'll just select how you want it to work with Photoshop. Do you want your files as TIFFs or PSDs? The TIFFs will retain layers, so when you open them back up in Photoshop, you can keep working on those layers and not have lost all your work. Compression is up to you. I always set to 300. Yours might be set to 240 naturally in Lightroom. I've set mine here already. Now, your external editor that you can add on, if you have something like Portraiture 64 or Nik software or something along the lines of one of the add-on externals, you will just set that here from your custom presets. Well, I have a bunch installed, so I could pick one from the list. Or you could choose from your computer's main hard drive in your program folders the add-on that you have plugged in and set the exe. This isn't an actual Lightroom, that's a Photoshop, so that's not going to work. That's how you would do that. And again, set how you want your file format, color space, bit, and resolution. Compression, I don't want compression on this one. And stack with original, that's important. That's going to help you keep track of originals and secondary copies after you've worked on them in external editors of the images. You can see, you can go back in time and work on a different version of it before you've worked. Very good. I always like that. It keeps them in order. From there, you can go through and change things if you need. How do you want your file extension? I always have my JPEG set for medium with fast load as it comes. That's great. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Okay. The very next thing before we get into the importing is going to be under Metadata. Go to Edit Metadata Presets. Now this is awesome. What's going to happen here is when you import your photos, you're able to select a couple of presets upon import. Now if we were to set in here the IPTC copyright and creator information, upon import, everything will always come in. So I'm going to add in, if I can spell right, not at all. There we go. Our business copyright information. And here, all rights reserved, put our website URL. And there we go. Again, spell it right. I'm not in a good typing mood today. Okay, the creator information. Again, if it's just you, the photographer, fill this out with all of your info. If there's multiple photographers in your studio, you could probably deal with this upon import for each individual shooter. But again, if it's just you, fill all this information out, and then we're going to save as a new preset. I already saved mine as my master meta, but you'll save it, give it a name, and it'll show up here. Done. Okay, excellent. So now what we're looking at in the module on the left side. Okay, let's stop.